Hello everyone, it's Jessica and I'm back with another layout for you for the ThermOWeb design team, and today I'm showing you my layout for our back to school week, and I am featuring our newest edition adhesive transfers, both by Brutus Monroe and also the Unity transfers. So I've pulled out a couple of those to use on this layout, and I am starting this layout with some Vicki Vooten Foundations paper because it does hold some mixed media a little bit better because it's thicker and it holds the weight of the wet mediums better. So I just pulled out some distress ink in mustard seed, and I'm just using a stamp, and if you haven't seen me do this before, it's the easiest way to apply mixed media in my opinion, and I just apply it to the stamp, wet it down, and then just kind of smush it around on the paper a little bit. You can also use packaging to do the same thing. Lots of ways that you can do that. So that's all I did there, and I did dry it up a little bit in between because I didn't want the puddles on there, and I am pretty impatient sometimes and don't want to wait for it to dry. So when I started this layout, or when I was assigned this layout, I had to laugh because Julia put me on the calendar for this back to school week, and I don't have kids in school, so I don't have school pictures. I have nothing. And I pulled out a couple photos of my kids. They are 2 and 4 years old. And I pulled out a couple photos of them when we were on a recent camping trip. They were actually doing some research and studying a tractor magazine or a newspaper, tractor newspaper, an equipment newspaper. So I titled it Do Your Homework, and I used those 2 photos that I have of them just looking through the paper because it's something they love to do. They love to look at these little tractor magazines and newspapers with their dad. So I thought this would be absolutely perfect to use for this layout, but I didn't have any supplies. So thank you, Amazon Prime, for sending me a couple things and getting those to me in the mail within 2 days. So I ordered some Simple Stories brads, and I ordered some Miss Kate Cuttables die cuts. So those are perfect for this. And then I've pulled out a very old paper pad that I have called Family Fun, and I don't even know who it's from or who made it because I don't see anything on this as far as a company name. So if I find it whenever I post this video, I'll link it below for you guys, just so that you have the name of it. But so there's my 2 photos of my kiddos doing their homework, and I've added some stamping to this background on top of my mixed media, and I'm gonna add lots of stamping because if you guys know me, you know that I love grungy layouts. I've got boys, so you know, I love to add and incorporate stamping and grunge into most of my layouts. If you see a super clean layout, you know that I've probably struggled a little bit with it because super clean layouts are not my forte. I am much better at doing grungy, crazy layouts. So here are those adhesive transfers. So this is the one by Unity. It's called Just Numbers. I am just cutting out some various numbers off of the sheet. I'm cutting them apart, and then I cut some of those symbols out of the Brutus Monroe one, and I am just kind of placing them randomly around my page, and then I'm going to foil all of them. So there's 2 different ways that you can apply these transfers. You can cut them apart and apply them with pressure using a manual die cut machine, or you can also, because this is very big, it's a 12 by 12 sheet, just a little bit shy, I guess, because I cut it for a border on the back, but you can also apply them with a hot laminator. So that's what I'm going to do. Since it's on my background, I did try the pressure method. Usually that's what I do, is I just apply them kind of like a rub-on whenever they're on my background. So you see I have my bone folder out there, and I'm just pressing it and rubbing it like a rub-on, but it wasn't working out, and honestly, I really didn't feel like spending that much time on this, so I just ran it through my laminator quick. And then I'm just going to cut out little pieces of all these various beautiful Gina K foils. These are from the Fancy Foils line, and I'll list all the colors that I used below. These are absolutely gorgeous in person. I wish that this video did the colors justice, but all I'm doing here is I'm just cutting little pieces off and applying over top of those transfers. So you just have to peel the backing or the top piece off of that and put your foil right on top of it. And then I'm just gonna run it through my laminator again a second time. So it actually also helps too, with all that mixed media on my background, it helps to fully dry it and really keep my paper from warping and everything. So that actually really came in handy for this layout. And see all this gorgeousness. There are the transfers and they just look beautiful. They really added exactly what I wanted to this page, and just a little bit of dazzle, but I used the numbers kind of like school or like a math page. So I love them. I think they turned out really cute. So here I'm just going to pull out some more stamps, and I'm going to pull out some alphas from my stash. I think these blue ones are from Hip Kit, and then the other ones are just stickers that I've had in my stash for a long time. So I'm going to speed this up just a little bit here in just a second, because you don't have to watch me placing down every single letter. I know that that's kind of boring and nothing's really happening here. So I'll speed this up right here, and there's my title. And then I'm just going to basically do a little bit more stamping with some Elle's stamps. I think I pull out some ink blot shop and just a whole bunch from my stash. Anything that I can find that looks cute and is kind of like school themed, that's what I try to stick with. So I'm just pulling out everything that I can find in my stash, which is great because like this layout, if you guys are like me and you don't have, you know, a specific school line or any collection for that matter, if you don't have something for camping or whatever that you're working on, you can always make something work with what you have. And these transfers are really, really versatile, and you can use them on so many things. That's why I love them so much. And they're easy to use too, which is awesome. And then here I'm just pulling out some die cuts. This is one that I just got in the mail. And this is a grade school pack from Miss Kate Cuttables, so I'm just using that on my layout here just to finish embellishing. So I'm not adding a whole lot. I mainly wanted to keep the focus on my photos and those adhesive transfers and the sparkle from those. So I'm just doing kind of some random stamping and embellishing just to enhance everything else. So I'll link everything below for you. I'm going to speed this video up a little bit and pop some music in here. And if you have any questions, just feel free to let me know, and I'll pop in at the end with the finished layout. here is the finished layout. I absolutely love how this one turned out. I think it's so adorable, and those adhesive transfers just add so much dimension and just sparkle to the layout. I love it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and have a great day. Bye.